Rockabye, baby. I'm gonna fall asleep. This music is too gentle. Hello? Can I be heard? Hello, hello. I probably shouldn't be saying that when I'm stretching. I'm gonna move the mic. Hello? I'm gonna move the mic. Moving the mic around because I didn't set this up right. Hello. Oh my goodness. I thought you were singing to lull me to sleep? Why would I sing to you to lull? I'm not your mother. Get your mother to do that for you. Ay, ay, ay. I think I slept a decent amount. Yesterday's ordeal, I guess, left me more tired than expected. So I woke up, even after drinking coffee, I was so eepy. Not eepy. I was pretty worn down and also had a splitting headache. Couldn't figure out if it was because I didn't have enough caffeine, or if because I tied my hair too tight, or if it was cancer. Like, could be anything. So but I popped an Advil and I feel better now. But you know, sometimes you just feel pain and you're wondering, like, is this like death pain or is it like a temporary pain? You'll never know. You'll never know until it's too late. Also, excuse me. Also, hi. It's Friday. I didn't think to stream, but then I was like, wait, I should stream. Because in my head, I was like, if I don't stream now to talk about the things that have happened, I'm going to forget everything. And then when the time comes, I will not want to talk about it. Because it's already been like, what? It's been like less than a week since I had my friends come over to see my place. And I already don't feel like talking about it. But I will do my best to yap, because what else am I going to do if I'm not going to yap? You're dancing on the edge of a headache. Well, stop dancing. What are you doing? Cease it at once before you get a headache. Alright. So, I didn't really... I guess in my head, I was thinking that I was going to continue working on this drawing of what's supposed to be my brother and his new wife. But I'll see if I feel like, wow. Just a blob over there. Oh, on a ring. Okay, I didn't prep this. I just drew this real quick and then I was like, alright, let me go back to doing work. In which my work consisted of me slacking off because there's nothing to do. But I'm probably just gonna like work on this, even though, like, you know, I did my best to use reference to draw these. Use reference to draw this, but to be honest, no matter how hard I try, anytime I try to draw real people, they never look like them. They never look like them. They just look like anime people. It's because I'm so unwilling to commit to the squint, the Asian squint, which would mean having Brock eyes like Brock from Pokemon. So I'm trying to avoid that, but it's hard. Okay, I'm just get rid of all this. I also need to get rid of the repo. The repo doesn't belong there. It's just a mix of things that have happened. I did not gift that to them. There's something I just whipped up this morning. Because I was like, what should I feature on the thumbnail for YouTube for the stream? Originally, I was just going to show like a repo character because I already have a repo like that I drew a while ago. But then I was like, that's kind of boring. I was like, well, I'm going to try to draw people. I was like in my head thinking like if this ended up coming out good enough, then I would show it to my brother and his wife. But at the same time, I don't know, the last time I drew a picture of somebody from real life and I gifted it to them, their reaction was appreciative, but I don't know if I really got like it looked like them. So I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be gifting people drawings of them if it doesn't look like them. So I'm gonna be overthinking it. Ow, I hurt my fucking leg. Anyway, welcome to the stream. We're gonna be streaming. I had myself some Mexican tortilla soup for the first time because I was contemplating on what to eat for dinner since I was gonna be streaming, and I didn't feel like cooking, and we didn't really have anything prepped for dinner in the fridge. aside from like some lettuce stuff for salad. So I opted to order, but my mom apparently had plans to eat someone that said salad lettuce and then eat the soup base parts. Probably must be with chicken because there's shredded chicken in it. And then there's corn, some beans. I think they threw in like fried tortilla strips in there. I think that's how it typically is made. There was like fried tortilla strips in there that obviously got soggy, but the flavor was still there. And then they had like freshly cut like avocados in it and some cheese. It was super tasty. Super duper tasty. I was in the process of trying to eat it all, but then I was like, no, I should leave some for my mom so she can try it. Because she'll probably enjoy it. But I'm really full. But yeah, so I guess if I want to start from the beginning, it's when I was born. I was born in the year 1991. But so yeah, last week on Sunday, had some friends come over. It was kind of like a housewarming, but I don't really want to call it a housewarming because like I don't like hosting, and I didn't want it to be like this whole like big shebang thing because I only invited like a couple of people, and I was expecting more people because I was expecting those people that I invited to bring their partners and their child and all that stuff, but it ended up just being them and then plus like one partner. So it ended up being a very chill time where I ordered food, we just sat around and ate and then talked the entire time. And then they helped me rearrange some things that I had decorated, which involved putting up a painting on the wall and then moving my rugs and stuff. It ended up being a nice time. What a bomb bite. Do the tortillas become soft once liquid? Potentially dumb question. It is a kind of dumb question, but yes, it did become soggy. Tortilla chips, even if they're fried, they will become soggy because in the end they are tortillas. But even though they became soggy, the flavor of the tortilla was still there. And I thought, I was under the impression, I didn't realize until after I looked it up afterwards, but like tortilla soup has, I think they have like fried tortilla stuff usually in it and not like regular tortillas. So I ordered extra tortillas thinking that it's the same thing. But when I ate it with regular tortillas versus whatever was already in the soup, like the fried tortillas, I was like, oh man, there's a difference. I was like, I like the fried tortillas, even if it's soggy. It was good. I would like to order that again someday. It was mad tasty. Nothing like friend labor hangouts. What does that mean? Friend labor hangouts. Am I paying you to hang out here? What does that mean? Friend labor hangouts. Are you getting paid to hang out here? If so, how do I get paid to hang out here? But yeah, the last week the friend hangout was a chill time. It was a good time. Ordered some good food. Enjoyed just chatting it up with friends. I had a friend who visited out of state. I really appreciated because she deliberately came all the way. She drove out like for a couple of hours to come for the sake of coming. Even though she had no plans, she had no other plans, and I was like, damn, you really made the trek here. I appreciated it. We just had a good time. Where you hang out with friends, but you end up doing like household things. You're talking about when they were helping me. Okay, I see. I thought you were talking about yourself, and I was like, are you working? Like, I didn't understand. I thought I was making you do something. I see. I understand. Yeah. It's because they have a better idea of like when it comes to like what looks good, and they got a better eye for it. I was too indecisive and I couldn't figure out where to put up a painting, which they helped me put up a painting, but it had fallen down off the wall a couple of days ago, and I was like, I should probably get like some small like hanging, like some nails so I can like nail it to the wall, or put nails on the wall so I can hang it instead of using like command strips, because you know, as easy of a solution it is to use command strips, my IKEA painting could not withstand the command strips could not withstand the weight of the the painting. But then I underestimated how difficult it would be to use the hanging nails to hang out my frames and stuff, because you can't fucking see shit, and I didn't know how to like. I mean, I know there's ways to do it, but I was like, I'm not crafty enough to know the right way to do it, so I kind of just like eyeballed it for the heck of it, and then like it kind of worked, I guess. But I was like, well, I'm just, as long as it doesn't fall off the wall now, I'll probably be okay. And then I had some custom art that I ordered off of Redbubble, because I don't, they're probably not the best place to go to order stuff like that, but they've been the place that I go to like when I order things with my custom art stuff, because I've done it before. So I ordered some canvases from there. They came out, I think this is an instance of like a good old CMYK versus RGB type shit, because it looked a lot more brighter, more saturated on my screen, but in person when they printed it and it came, it kind of looked much more like pale, even though there's only one color to it, because it's a simple it's very simple. And I was like, well, it basically looks like it's white. And my mom saw it and she was like, why is there no color to it? Are you gonna color it later? I'm like, no, that's not how it works. I was like, whatever, it's already been ordered, I don't care. So I spent like maybe like an hour trying to figure out how to hang them all evenly on my wall. And I was trying to do the nail, using the nails that I bought, but I was like, I can't figure out where to line it up so that they all like so that it makes sure that they are all lined up like in a row, and also they're like covering the holes, the little patchwork of holes that are on my wall from when my friends attempted to mount a TV and then failed. So I was like, well, the nails aren't really working out for me. And it was a cramped space because it was like by my TV stand, and I pulled out the TV stand only so far, and I was making it more difficult for myself. So I still had command strips. And I ended up using command strips because these art canvases at least were like really small and really light. So I think with the command strips they would work fine. They would work okay. And trying to get those stuck and working was also a pain, just because of various reasons. But then now they're up. Now it's a matter of waiting for my mom to come home and see it and be like, I don't like how it looks, and then for me to be like, I don't care what you think. I went through all the trouble to do it. It's gonna stay up there until it falls down, which I'm hoping it doesn't fall down. That was that. But the bigger thing was yesterday, my brother and his girl, I guess they didn't officially get married. They technically got their marriage license like last week or so, or something like that, I think they said. But we did the ceremony thing at the city hall, I guess. It's not called a wedding, it's like a marriage ceremony, I guess. But it's not like the big shebang, like the whole like deal where you invite all your family and friends type of thing. The only people that went was the couple, obviously, me and my mother, and then her parents went. Well, the parents are obvious. They can only bring 2 people on each side, so my brother had me go because he had me serve as a witness. And I guess in his eyes, the presence of his father doesn't matter. In fact, I'm pretty sure our father does not know that they got married, and I'm also pretty sure that my sister does not know that they got married, because my brother's very much on like a need to know basis, in the sense that like if you're not actively involved in it, if you're not actively participating in it, you're probably not gonna be told it. And it's not our place to tell. It'll probably end up coming up in like during the weekend or something. But it is kind of funny to know that like the way my brother views his relationship with his like family, with some family, is just like, you know, it's not like he hates them, obviously. It's just that the sort of relationship is he's not as close with them as he is like with me and our mom. But ultimately, it's not like like I said, it wasn't like a big, like the big wedding type of deal. It was just a small thing. They were limited to how many people they can bring anyway. I think he probably should have told him still, but you know, that's something that he can do at some point if he cares to do it. But so the day started. Originally, the plan was to take public transportation to get to the place where we need to be, which was like really far away from where I live. And it would have had a total commute to go one way, like almost 2 hours, or probably basically 2 hours. But if I called like an Uber or something, calling an Uber took like maybe 30 to 40 minutes. But it cost like $1 bajillion more, and I was like, shit. You know, my brother was like, there's no there's no need for you to come leave so early. Just call an Uber and I'll pay or whatever. And I'm like, I'll call an Uber. As for whether you pay or not, it's like, you know, whatever. I'm not gonna make you pay for it. So I reluctantly ordered a ride to go, which was fine. It gave me time to like do what I needed to do, which involved figuring out how the fuck to wear a dress again. And figuring out how to put on makeup because it had been so long. I was like literally looking at all the stuff in my makeup bag and I was like, what? This is concealer. What do you do with concealer again? I'm like, I think I apply it like this, or I do this. And I was like, oh, I think I have to use like a makeup sponge. I was like, where's all my shit? I was like, oh, I don't know if I have any makeup wipes to remove this shit. And I was like, thankfully I did. And I was like, damn, the last time I busted out all this stuff was like probably like 2 years ago. Because I rarely ever put on like shit to cover my face because it's so much work. And I always feel that I look like an alien when I have it on, if only because I just don't recognize myself. Even putting on this like a light shade to darken my eyebrows, I'm like, oh my god, my eyebrows look like they're so fucking caked, but in actuality, they're really not that dark. But whatever, it was that's just a personal thing that I was struggling with, and I was like, you know what, I don't care. I'm not the one getting married. I don't need to look beautiful. I don't need to look perfect. I'm just there as a bystander, kind of thing. So we get to the place. We get there pretty early. Which is the intention, because like we wanted to make sure that like we were prepared in case there was like any traffic or any delays. We didn't want to be late. Then we stayed at a cafe nearby just to have a little bit of a drink and a little bit of breakfast before we meet up with everybody. We get there, and then we were taking some pictures. Thankfully, yesterday's weather here was like really good. It was really nice and sunny and warm. As opposed to like the next week where it's gonna be nothing but fucking rain. And I was like, it's like they chose a really good day to do the whole thing. Took a lot of pictures, and by took a lot of pictures, I mean I took a lot of pictures because I ended up being like the camera woman. Because it was more important that the couple takes pictures with like the parents and everything, which makes sense. I was like, oh, that is true. That is true. So they also didn't really trust the parents to take pictures very well. They can only trust me to take pictures well in terms of composition and making sure everything is like, you know, not blurry and lined up and focused and all that stuff. So I was like, all right. And that also involved me, like, aside from just taking the picture, I also had to hold everyone's bags and coats because some people decided to bring coats, even though it was like a nice toasty like 50 to 60 degree, almost to 70 later in the day. So I'm like carrying everything and then also taking pictures. And I'm like the worst thing about it was I was in heels because I was like, I didn't really have any proper dress shoes to wear. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to wear? I'm like, okay, fine. I'll put on these heels that I bought when I was in college, like early years of college, that I bought and wore one time for my friend's, the friend in our group that was the first to get married. They're so old. They still fit. And honestly, they weren't like the worst, but what I didn't realize when it comes to wearing heels is that, excuse me, when it comes to wearing heels, the best, it's a lot more comfortable when you're just standing and not moving around. But when you're walking, oh my god, it's so painful. It's so painful, it hurts. The makeup sponge was to soak up the excess. The makeup sponge is so that you don't, instead of like using your bare fingers to like spread the foundation and the color, the pigment stuff all around, you use a sponge to like evenly disperse it. It helps to get into like the crevices of your face where you wouldn't be able to with your finger. And I think some people especially try to avoid using their fingers because like the fingers are greasy and can have germs and stuff like that. So use a sponge to like do that. Oh, that's the sponge. I thought it was a separate thing. I don't know what you were thinking of. What I was thinking of when like a makeup sponge, I was referring to like things like a beauty blender. That's the most like common one that people usually use and talk about. But using a chair would not have worked because there were no chairs outdoors outside of the building that we were in. There's also a risk. We couldn't risk putting our things down because heaven forbid someone runs by and steals one of our purses or something like that. So I was like, I'm just gonna hold it all to avoid anyone stealing it, because the area, while we were there for like official government business and all that stuff, and people were there for like joyous occasions like getting married, there was also like some questionable characters around there. It was kind of a sketchy area, so I was like, but we best hold on to our bags. It's fine. I was strong enough to hold it all. But so we did all that, and then we went inside, and there was a nice long queue of people getting married and their groups and stuff. And then my brother and his now wife were like saying like, when we came here to get our license, like marriage license, which I didn't realize was the thing that you had to get like at a different day. They said that there was no line, so they were surprised to see that there were so many people yesterday. But it was a good day. It was like really the perfect day out of like the last few weeks to do it because the weather was just really perfect. It was really good. So everyone just had the same idea. Yeah, I didn't realize that when you get a marriage license, at least here where I am, when you get a marriage license, you have to wait like 24 hours before you can schedule a time to go do the marriage ceremony. I was under the impression that you can do a license and then do the ceremony at the same time. It would be more like efficient. And I also remember the one other time that I had gone to a marriage ceremony, like at a city hall, was for my best friend many years ago. This might have been like the first year of college kind of thing, because my friend had enlisted into the army. So I wonder, yeah, it should have been the first year of college. I remember back in the day, that was my period in time where I was vlogging, because I had vlogged the day. I had vlogged that day. I still have it saved in my files. It's never gonna see the light of day because the shit was fucking cringe. But the cringe part was me vlogging, not the whole ceremony itself. That was fine. But that time when we had gone there, I'm pretty sure they had signed their papers and then also did the ceremony the same day. And my brother had brought up, it's probably because your friend was joining in the army and they probably have like different exceptions or something, where like, you know, in case like they're getting enlisted or they have to go somewhere, they need to do it quick. And I was like, that makes more sense. That would make a lot of sense, because I do believe that he had to leave pretty quickly. But yeah, so yeah, that happened, and then the process involved like waiting around for a bit, seeing all sorts of characters waiting to also get married. You had like people dressed up very nicely. You had people dressed up very provocatively. There was like people that were taking pictures. I can't remember if it was when we were leaving. I think it was when we were leaving. There were people outside taking pictures, and one of the girls that was with the I don't think she was the one getting married. She was probably like the sister or someone, or like the friend of whoever, of the bride, or the bride, the wife or whatever. And half of her ass cheeks were literally hanging out from under her dress. The dress was so short, and I was like, it was hanging out, like her ass cheeks were hanging out, and I was like much taller than her, and I was standing a little bit further away, and I was like, my god, if I'm seeing your ass cheeks like from here, I was like, geez. But there was also one really like punk type of was it a girl? I think it was a girl. But she was like, she had like hair, red and black hair, her hair was like super crazy looking, and she was wearing like leather, and she had like studs and everything. Like she had like thick chunky boots. It didn't look like someone. It didn't look like the type of attire you would typically wear when you're getting married. But I was like, you know, people come in all shapes and sizes, and people like what they like. I was like, all right, I was like, more power to you. Meanwhile, my brother and his wife dressed pretty boring in relation to that. It was a good time. Just a lot of bonding with the brother and his wife, just chatting it up. And then the parents, they were being parents, I guess. I feel bad because I due to like there's only so much that she can say. It felt like her dad was like pretty like my brother's wife's like father was pretty like he was there, but he was also not really like active. I don't know what's the best way to say it. I think at one point he kind of was like falling asleep during the actual ceremony itself. There wasn't anything for him to really be involved in during the ceremony, because it was mostly it was the person officiating or whoever. I don't know what you call them, but they were yapping, saying this thing that they need to say, and then my brother and his wife going I do's and all that, and I was there taking pictures. Oh no, I didn't take a pic. Oh, I took a video. I just remembered I took a video of it. Oh wait, I was like wondering why I don't have it on my phone. It's because I used my brother's phone to do it. He has a better camera quality, so I used his phone to do all of it. Well, here's hoping he enjoyed the video, because I didn't take any pictures. I took pictures, but I didn't take any pictures during the actual thing itself. The most active I saw her dad was when we were eating. It was after we were basically done eating too. He was like, "Oh, everyone's done eating, then I'm gonna eat everything else. I'm gonna eat the remainder of the food." Almost like he's eating like the leftovers or scraps or something. It's like, what? You could have just ate alongside us. The very shy, awkward man, but you know, he's not my father-in-law, so I don't care. It is possible that limitations there to avoid so-called shotgun weddings. Yeah, maybe. Or to give people a chance to like think about what they're about to do, kind of thing. That makes sense. Did they play We Are Dancing Here Together cheek to cheek on their ceremony? I don't know what that means. I don't know who they is. I don't know what you mean by play. It's a very like cut dry type of like ceremony where they go into a small little room. It's got like the typical like US flags and the New York flag standing tall behind them. Got a podium. Person is just like speaking very fast, like, we're here to do the ceremony for insert names of bride and groom, and then they're like, oh, groom, do you take blank to be your lawfully blah blah blah? And they go, I do. And it's like, okay, in that case, put the ring on her. And then same thing with the bride. And then it's like, by the power vested in blah 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 blah, I hereby pronounce you married. You can do whatever. They kiss, and then she's like, okay, take your time taking pictures, and then leave from the back door. Have a good day. Congratulations. That's it. There was no like celebrations. There was no fanfare. We didn't even have flowers. My mom was like, should we buy flowers for them? And I was like, nah, it's probably fine. And then they came when we got to the building. People are smart, you know. They're gonna be like fucking thinking about profit and stuff. What better way to make money when people are getting married is to set up like a little flower stand outside of the building and sell flowers, probably at an upmarked price of like $1 bajillion. You get like small little flower bouquets for pictures and all that stuff. The bride was like, should we buy flowers? She said that to my brother, and he was like, nah, it's fine. I was like, it's probably gonna cost like a lot, so it's like there's probably no point. That's how Ash and I wedding went. We did that and went to PF Chang's. Oh, that's right. I had forgotten about that. We did the same thing. After the ceremony, we called a ride to go to a different area, an area where there's a lot of like food, like restaurants and stuff, shopping and like boba. I'll say that. I'll talk about that later. But we ended up eating at a Michelin star. I think it's Michelin starred, or it has like a rating from like a Michelin rating or something like that. And it was like a place that had Shanghainese food, which is like a different type of Chinese cuisine, I guess. And it was alright. It was kind of mid. It wasn't the worst. The best thing about it was the best thing about it. The best thing was the interior design of the restaurant. It was very like Chinese inspired, like old school Chinese inspired. And the music was also very Chinese inspired, like Chinese opera type of like, I was like, you know, I get it, but I wouldn't mind hearing like a little bit of like, just, you can put on some like Chinese pop or something, you know? But slight micro lag? What is a micro lag? Does it sound like I'm not talking normally? It probably could be. It could be the internet. Who knows? It doesn't show. It shows that I have dropped frames at some point, but it's not like a lot. It's like a minuscule amount. So if there's a micro lag, I don't know. I'll never know. I will never know. Hopefully hopefully you're still able to hear me. I just assume everything is always gonna be wrong on my end. Like nothing loads. YouTube loads up very fuckily, but that's probably because of the ad blocker I have. It tries its very best to circumvent ad blockers. I'm like, no. You're not getting rid of my ad blocker. But so yeah, we ate at a place. The food was alright. It was kind of whatever. They had this they had it on their drink menu. I was very intrigued by it. They had like milk tea with something called Huang Jiao or something like that, which essentially is like some sort of rice wine. And I was like, that's so interesting. They're offering like milk tea with alcohol in it? I'd never heard of that. And the alcohol was like a really minuscule amount. It was only like a it said the alcohol content was like a less than 0.001% alcohol content, so there couldn't have been much. And I was like, I wonder what that would taste like. I can't imagine that like if it's on the menu, it must be like good to some degree, right? So I ordered it. Or we ordered it, and it comes in like a little small pitcher. There's like a little pitcher, small little glasses, kind of like a shot glass, like a sake glass type thing. And it comes, and each time you drink it, you're supposed to put like a little bit of like a dessert tofu thing in the bottom or whatever. I drank it, and I was like, that's not great. I was like disappointed that it wasn't good. I didn't know what to expect. Like, from what I could taste, it tasted like if I just drank the milk tea without the alcohol, I probably would have enjoyed it. But with the alcohol, I was like, man, that's kind of gross. My mom, not as sensitive to like subtle flavors as I am, she's like, I don't even taste the alcohol. So she, I think, ended up like enjoying it a little bit more. And I was just like, man, that's gross. My overall experience at that restaurant was like, it's fine. We just ate there for a little bit, and then afterwards, we went to my brother and his wife's place. Me and my mom stayed there for a little bit, just resting while they went to her sister's place, the bride's sister's place, to go see her nephew and take pictures and stuff like that. And then we were just chilling at my brother's place, going through their stuff, looking at all their stuff, because they have like a bajillion like figurines. They're big avid collectors of like stuffed animals and like little figures, like Labubus and like cute little blind box things. But I think the most things that they have is like is it Labubu? They have a lot of Labubus. They're very big on Labubus. So just seeing all that, seeing how they be living. Their place is really nice, but I think given that the fact that they're paying like $3,000 a month, I was like, it better be fucking nice. But it was alright. And then as I was sitting there, I realized that I was very uncomfortable in my dress. Because I was wearing a dress. It's a dress that I've only ever worn to like weddings. And at the time wearing it, it wasn't that bad. But I think sitting in for, I mean, being in it for as long as I was, and it was getting hot, it was like starting to dig into my like shoulder, my pits. And I was like, I'm very uncomfortable. So I was like, brother, sister-in-law, can I borrow some clothes and some socks from my also like feet that are hurting? Which after the ceremony thing happened, me and the bride, we both took off our heels to switch into comfortable shoes. She had sneakers and I had my Birkenstock sandals, and I was like, oh my fucking god, free. It's just that pure bliss when you're in heels for a long time, and then you pop out, you pop your feet out, and you're, even though if it's like the bare dirty ass floor, your bare feet just planted flat firmly on the ground, it's like, wow, that's some pure bliss right there. I was like, oh, my feet. But there are some old socks. I'm like, oh, who cares? They're washed, it's fine. But apparently people care about that. I felt bad. Those socks got dirty because of my sandals. Then why wear them to begin with? Because society has taught us that girls should be in heels to look pretty. I didn't make the rules, alright? I couldn't necessarily go there in fucking sneakers if I'm gonna go out of my way to wear a dress, alright? Tell that to the person who invented heels. They weren't that bad though. If it weren't for the fact that I had to walk, it wasn't that bad. It did hurt a bit, but it was alright. So then afterwards, when they came back, we ended up walking around their area for a bit. The area is it's nice if you're really into like Asian like foods and you're young and hip. Well, you don't have to be young. If you're like hip and you're into like the trendiest food stuff, trendiest boba places, trendiest shops, the shops that sell all the Labubus and blind boxes and little like knick-knack paddywhack and cute anime stuff. And I fell victim to it because they brought us to a mall that had a lot of these things. I got some bubble tea that I never tried before. It was kind of okay. And then as soon we walked into the mall, and I saw there was a nice little matcha ice cream place that I've always wanted to try, but I never had a chance to try. So once I saw that you can get 2 mixed flavors of ice cream there that involved matcha and ube and vanilla or whatever, I'm like, I need to get that even though I have bubble tea in my hand. So I got that. That was really good. And I really wanted to eat a lot of things there because they had so much food places that all looked really good. They had like a variety of like Chinese food, they had Korean food, they had Mexican food, they had Thai food, and I was like, shit. I was like, there's so much food. Let me wear your old socks. If they're clean, it's like, who cares? Presumably you've cleaned them, they've been laundered. It's not like I'm gonna eat with my feet. I don't like care. Assuming that you don't have like athlete's foot and you don't have warts or something like that can like, you know, come onto my feet even after laundering them. I'm like, I don't really care. I think my feet are relatively like fine. But anyway, it's a fun little place. We ended up going to like this like there's currently like a really popular trendy like pastry shop, like an Asian pastry shop. Bought a lot of things from there. Have a little bit of like soft sponge cakes that have like I don't really want to explain what it is because if I say it, it's gonna be gross, so I'm just gonna be very very vague about it and be like it's a popular thing. There's a long line for it. Bought a couple of things, had a good time. Me and my mom had a good time scarfing them down when we came home. Going home, we weren't able to call an Uber because the price literally doubled. Not doubled. It went from, in the morning, I had paid like $70 or something for a ride to the place to where they were getting married, and then if I were to get a ride home later in that day, it would have been over like $120, and I was like, ugh, I don't want to pay that. So we opted to take the public transport home, which did take like 2 hours. It wasn't the worst, but it could have been better. But it was okay for me because I wasn't in heels anymore. And I was comfortably in some shorts and a t-shirt. So I was like, I'm fine with it. I'm just gonna sit in the train. I'm gonna sit in the public transportation, the public subway, and I'm gonna read I Shield 21. That's all I cared about. personally, like, to be honest, when it comes to me, I don't really mind if like the commute is long, because for me, as long as I have my phone, I'll always be like probably reading things, like reading manga or browsing the interwebs or whatever, or listening to music. I'm okay with long commutes. That actually, for me, I like long commutes, if only because that gives me the time to read manga and stuff like that. Because I do it sometimes at home, but most of the time I don't. And most of the time when I do choose to read, it's usually when I'm commuting somewhere. It's the perfect time to read. I didn't want to put my mom in a position to make her like be on the train for like over 2 hours and all that stuff. So it is what it is. I came home very tired. The thing is like we were out all day obviously, and we weren't like on our feet that much, but it was still a very exhausting time. But ultimately, I have gained a sister-in-law. She has unfortunately gained me as a sister-in-law, and my brother is still my brother. He has not changed. I've been drawing her the longest time. How long have I been streaming for? 48 minutes? Should I even bother? They don't look anything like their actual, like, real-life people. I did my best. But I don't know. Especially because I saw at their apartment that they have, like, this little... They got a custom, like, I guess, like they probably had like a Etsy type of thing where they gave a picture and you can have it custom to be like a Pokemon card looking thing. So they got one in celebration of when they got engaged, but they clearly used the Ghibli AI filter, AI generated like filter thing to AI generate like a Studio Ghibli style from the day they got engaged or whatever. And I'm like, ugh, gross. I think that's kind of what prompted me to try to draw it myself, but it's not like I'm gonna give it to them so that they can be like, so I can be like, yo, toss that shit out, get this printed, get rid of the AI shit, because my brother doesn't care. They're not the type that care about that kind of thing. He's very much of the mindset of like, oh, AI generated stuff is great, it makes things so easy. Because that's not, I guess that's not normal. Well, I guess I don't know. It depends on, I guess it depends on the people you hang out with. Some people might, depending on who you hang out with, it might seem like a very normal thing to do. A normal, everyday thing to utilize AI generated, like, things like ChatGPT and AI and whatever the AI picture thing that people use. I don't really know. I haven't been actively keeping up with that kind of stuff for obvious reasons. Although I did hear that they're shutting down the Sora app or whatever. I don't know if it was an app. Sora program? Browser? App? Program? I don't know what it was. The thing that AI generated like videos and stuff. Which, to be honest, I hadn't heard about it in a long time, so I didn't even know that was a thing people were still using. I guess it makes sense that people are still using it. But they're shutting down anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, if they're shutting it down, that just means there's gonna be someone else, some other company that's gonna try to take advantage of that and try to make money off of it in some way. Did the wedding minister bureaucrat tell that you ain't normal, are you, miss? I don't know what that means. I assume that's like a joke. There's a joke in there somewhere, but I don't know what I don't know what that means. Oh, when I was also shopping afterwards, I impulsively bought 2 Naruto figurines because I'm a fucking sucker for those things when I see them. Which is like the Naruto like cat figurine stuff. And for some reason, there's one series of the Naruto figurines that I buy. And both times they have both been of one of the least favorite characters of mine. And I wish they would stop giving that to me. But I have it, so I can't do anything about it. And I want more of them. But I told myself that I don't want to buy so much of it. I don't want to spend so much money on collecting those things because I know that in the end, when I die, they're all gonna go into trash. So I really just try to limit the amount I buy of those things. It's just, it's just Naruto has a hold on me, man. Especially cute Naruto things. I'm gonna go check out this before it expires, or Hannah, sign up for this, the blah blah blah. And I know that she must be an old lady because Medicare also called looking for her. And I'm like, this is the wrong number. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know who Hannah is. Stupid Hannah. Go get her shit fixed. But yeah, that was about it. I don't think there's anything else to report on. I think I've said all I needed to say. The Repo video came out today. It's not even a matter of like whether or not it'll do well, but I've like watched my own video like multiple times because I find it very humorous. Even that's like probably the most narcissistic thing that I've done. I'll be like a video that mainly features me, that I edited it. I'm watching it multiple times because I think it's funny. So I've been watching a lot of Repo content. What can I say? When I also saw that the Hololive VTubers were streaming it like a few days ago, I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna fucking tune in watching them play. I'm like, oh, this is fun times. I love this Repo game. Repo game is so fun. Can't believe the semi guys didn't let you try out the outfits. I don't imagine the Visno kids would have been privy to that sort of thing. I don't know how they feel about the Visno kids. I don't like for me, I was just a loud person that just screamed at everything. I'm not their friend. I'm just a random Asian. Well, the songs came after this Repo collab that we had done. It was actually done a while ago. It just took a bit for the videos to come out, because Chris, the main guy, was busy and he did his best to like get it out when he did. I'm pretty sure that the collab didn't happen. I think it happened before the rope song came out. But I did ask in our Discord chat about the song, or I didn't ask about it, rather I brought it up saying that I really liked the song. Turns out it was the guy who's in the videos, Pontus. He's the one that sang and rapped in the song. I was like, what the fuck? I assumed that I had kind of figured that maybe he did the rapping part, but I was surprised at the part where I was surprised that he was the one who sang it. I was like, this man is mad talented. He does marketing, he sings, and he raps. It's crazy stuff. I worked so hard to memorize the lyrics for that song, for the full song, and I basically have memorized it. There have been like a handful of times that I've been able to recite the entire thing without messing up. I'm not gonna do it now, but just trust me when I say that I've done it. I don't know how my brother's hair looks. It's so hard to know how hair looks when your hair is black and you're a guy, because guys typically only have like 3 types of hairstyles. Let me see. Where's a picture of him? Oh, shaved on the side. Okay. That actually helps a lot. Speaking of pictures, all the pictures of my mom were taking them outside. The sun was bright, so I guess she was incapable of smiling while the sun is beaming on her. So all the pictures of her outside, it just looks like she's like really mad and pissed. I showed it to her. I was like, Mom, you couldn't like smile for the pictures a little bit or something? She looks like she's looking off to the side, be like, why are people fucking taking pictures of me? She looks pissed. She was like, I couldn't smile. The sun was in my face. I'm like, you could have faked it. You don't need, like, your sun, the sun is not gonna mess up your mouth. Yes, Pontus is the guy from the videos about Repo from SemiWorks. He's the main guy with the glasses who does all the talking and stuff. He's pretty cool, even if he was a bully to me. Swear to God, it was like probably like the 3rd thing he said to me was shut up. That shit was funny. I think Visno video material has been featured in their Repo videos. It has? I didn't know. I don't watch their videos. I don't watch the repo videos. Well, I mean, that's a lie. I have watched them, but I haven't actively tried to look for anything that would be like, oh, look, it's us. It certainly wouldn't have been me. But it's not like, I don't think Viznos, I don't know if the Viznos have made much content with repo. We've played it a lot, for sure. But I don't know about content-wise. I know we did a stream, they did like videos from the beta. You did the initial stuff. What's the initial stuff? Like they did? I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure that when it comes to like content, repo content, I'm pretty sure I was only in one stream, and I don't think beta and older versions. I wasn't there. I wasn't there for the beta. So that's the Vizno. That wasn't me. That's why I don't know anything. I was not there for the beta. That was the lads. So if they were featured in it, I wouldn't have known. I don't watch our content, silly. Silly Billy. Repo is a really fun game to play if you play with people that know how to play it. Because playing it with Chris, Hunter, Enter, and then the devs, like they all had an idea of how to play it. I was gonna say they all have an idea. Some of us are pretty well versed in it, and then there's Enter, who only plays it once in a while. But it's nice because then you can have them carry like progression. And we also like tackle the enemies head on sometimes. Like when I usually play it, if I wasn't for like that session, then usually I would be playing it with like maybe like Chris and Ash or something like that. Maybe occasionally with like some of the other members. But everyone else plays it relatively safe in that we usually just like run and hide from the monsters, whereas these guys were like going around like tackling them and beating the shit out of them. And doing like tricks and maneuvers, like tumbling and flying around. It's all fun stuff. And now they're gonna be, well, not now, whenever they update the game again, they're gonna be releasing friggin' a new King of the Losers mode with the kart racing, which looks really fun. To be honest, one of the things I didn't like, well, one of the things I don't like about Repo is the King of the Losers little battle royale at the end when you lose. I hate fighting everybody. I like usually just jump off and I don't really care to partake in it. But if they add the racing part, that looked a lot of fun. I want that. They need to also work on getting that into its own game mode though, because I'm sure a lot of people are gonna want to play that by itself without having to lose a round. You didn't know this? Yeah, it was the newest video that they put out. It was like, what, earlier today? Or yesterday? I forget when. I think it was earlier today. That's a lot of fun. They cooking up a lot of stuff. I'd like to play with them again someday, but I don't want to assume that we'd be able to just because we shared a few ha-has. I think Chris needs to be me the one to initiate that. Unfortunately, I was very hyper fixated on a little game called Scritchy Scratchy, which is like a game where you're just scratching scratch cards, like scratch off cards. And I earlier today just 100%ed it. Which is good because now I don't have to play it. I don't have to touch it ever again. But I did spend like a lot of hours. I spent the total gameplay time for that game was 24 hours exact. I didn't play it all in one sitting, but I did play a lot of it in a sitting. By the way, Fi fan is damn it in Swedish. I mean, I think that Ponta said. He said, yo, FIFA. Fifan, whatever it was. Nah, it sounded like he said, yo, FIFA, man. He had to randomly speak in Swedish during that collab. The only thing I learned was nay. And help because they use that in the love song too. So now I'm like, nay! N-E-J, nay! Nay, nay! It's fun hearing them talk in Swedish though, because I'm like, what are they saying? What could they be saying there? That's like a fun language. You should have shot him back with Chinese. No. He was never directing the Swedish directly at me. Or they weren't directing the Swedish directly at me. They very much knew, oh, they're not gonna understand it. Let me speak English. Let me bully them in English. A pain to learn. I imagine that at my age now, trying to learn another language that's going to be completely different from English is going to be like near impossible, because you're so accustomed to speaking a different. For me, like if it was like something that was taught younger, that would make more sense. But I'm accustomed to how things sound in English and how things look in English, and maybe like Japanese, where I can see things in Japanese and know how to pronounce it all. But if you fucking come to me with an N-E-J, I'm not gonna be expected to know that that's nay in a different language. I'm gonna be looking at that as nej, and I'm gonna be like, why are you trying to you spelled Neji's name wrong from Naruto. It's okay, I don't need to learn it. Apparently Swedes are smart enough to teach their kids how to speak in English too, on top of Swedish. So as long as they're learning English, it's like, it won't matter to me. Americans only need to know one language, and that's freedom or something. That's some sort of joke. Oh, bro, I shouldn't have colored it. I shouldn't have shaded in his glasses like this little ass. My brother does not look like my brother in this drawing. But I guess I don't really know what my brother looks like, because apparently, according to outsiders, like his wife and his wife's parents, or his wife's mom, say that apparently me and my brother look alike, and that we look like my mom. I know I look like my mom, but I've never once I've never once thought that I looked like my brother, or my brother looked like me. I guess as I'm older. I was like, I don't see that. I don't get that. But his wife was very insistent and be like, no, you guys really look alike. When I first saw you two like together, I was like, oh no, you guys are definitely related. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? That's like so weird. Never. I have never once thought I looked like my siblings at all. It's also hard to know anyway, because my brother is more tanned. He goes like out and does things, where I'm like pale and like sickly because I don't leave my house at all. So I don't know. Maybe if I got a wicked tan and give myself like potential skin cancer, then maybe I'll look like my brother. But it's fine. Actually, I'm always told that I look like a lot of people. A handful of people in my life. I look like my mom, but that's obvious, that's a given. And then I've had people say that I look like my brother, and by people I mean his wife and his wife's mom for some reason. And then I've had people say that I look like my cousin. I've had like my cousin's husband says that it wasn't my cousin, somebody in my cousin's family says that I look like my cousin. I forgot who. It might have been her friends or something like that. Say that we look alike, me and my cousin. And then like I had like it was during like a karaoke party like a while back. Somebody said that me and one of my close friends, the one that got married in Thailand a few years back, that I went to, that was a bridesmaids for, that we look alike. And I'm like, what? How could this be? I'm starting to think it's only because we're all slightly overweight. It's like, oh, y'all are chubby. Oh, y'all look like each other because y'all are chubby. I don't know if that's true, but I guess I don't look unique enough. I don't stand out enough as an Asian that apparently I look similar to fellow Asians. Since we are at the side of 28th, I'm officially enough to be 40 years old. Oh, you're turning 40? You're turning 40 on the 28th? Oh, happy birthday then! Happy birthday, 40-year-old. May your years of living continue to be as good as you want them to be. Is the thing that people say. Excuse me. I hope you have a good birthday. Your birthday lands on a week. Your birthday's on a Saturday. You have the entire day to do stuff. And meanwhile, yesterday I was lamenting with my my sister-in-law because we're the same age. That this year we're turning 35, and she was like, "Oh my god, don't talk to me about that." It's like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that we're turning 35 this year. It's more stressful for her because she actually plans on having kids. Where, according to my cousin, is that once you reach a certain age, it's like the percentage of your chances of having kids drastically drops. So, TikTok for them. But they've got a couple things going on in their life where, you know, if it happens, it happens. But that's kind of they have something else they need to prioritize right now, which involves like moving and stuff for like work. Which that's gonna be a whole thing. I don't remember if I talked about it, but if I haven't talked about it, I don't want to bring it up just yet. Not that it matters. Pretty sure my brother doesn't tune into my streams anymore. Hope you are able to sleep well tonight. Well, have I talked about it? I remember reading on Twitter. Maybe I didn't talk about it. Maybe, oh no, I think I might have mentioned it. Someone on Twitter had mentioned that there was like this eye movement thing that you can do when you're trying to sleep to help you sleep better. And I've tried that a couple of times and it just simply doesn't feel good. Something about closing my eyes and then trying to look left, right, and then spinning counterclockwise and go clockwise or whatever. It feels like I'm straining my eyes. So I don't like doing it. But apparently for that person, it works for them really well. It said it worked like 14 out of 15 times that they've done it. I'm still afraid it'll fuck up your eye motorics. Yeah, I don't know. I don't love the feeling of it. You're just gonna have to go to bed without looking at your phone and going to bed without like thinking. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how you can possibly go to bed without thinking about anything to fall asleep immediately. I'm like, to not think about anything just seems like a fucked up thing for you to be able to do. Like I always have something on the mind, and if I don't have anything that's gonna pop up in my mind at that moment, I'm always like, I gotta come up with something to think about. What the fuck am I gonna do? Because even if I don't have anything active to think about, I'm gonna be thinking about like, okay, let's not think about anything. I'm gonna try to go to sleep. 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 That still ends up working my brain, being like, okay, you're doing something, so you're not gonna fall asleep yet. I hate it. I don't think there's ever been a moment where I've gone to bed and fallen asleep immediately. It always takes me like it feels like a bajillion hours to fall asleep. I think in actuality though, it takes me like maybe like an hour. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3. Just always I always check my clock on the side, and I'm just like, nope, I'm not asleep yet. I'm like, oh, it's been an hour. Oh, it's been 2 hours. Oh, it's 3 a.m. Would you look at that? I love that for me. I was mad sleepy yesterday. I mean, I was mad sleepy this morning too. I had realized I didn't realize it until like I was in bed, but like wearing heels too, aside from it hurting your like feet, it was specifically hurting the balls of my feet, like the part where like it's not the sole, it's like further up, like the joint where when you flex your big toe, where like it extends or whatever. I don't know what you would call it. I'm pretty sure you call it the balls of your feet or whatever. The ball of your feet? Sounds weird. Anyway, aside from that hurting when you're wearing heels, you're also like actively stretching and working out like your fucking calves. So when I went to bed and I was finally relaxed and all that stuff, I realized that my calves were fucking hurting. I was like, oh my god, I forgot heels do that because you're always constantly tiptoeing. I was like, my calves, ow. And honestly, it hurt, but it wasn't that bad because I think with all the perpetual walking that I do when it's like warmer, where I walk for like hours on end, honestly, my calves are really fucking thick. They're like, unfortunately, very thick. I was gonna say they're thicker than my thighs, but that's not true. Imagine your calves being thicker than your thighs. You look like a fucking freak. No offense to those who have thicker calves, if that's lose weight. It's not fair. My cousin took the easy way out and been doing Ozempic to lose weight. And I say not fair, not in the sense that I want to do it, but I not fair in the sense that she's losing her weight by taking the easy way out. Well, I'm just like, you know, I'll think about eating less. And it's like, oh, what's that? Some corn dip, cheesy corn dip, and some chips. Yummy. My fucking fat ass. I love food too much, man. I don't know. Maybe once I get my tax return money, assuming that the accountant will finally do my taxes. I don't know why I have to wait a fucking week for her to do it when she has all this stuff and it's ready. I signed it. Just need them to e-file it. This damn bitch. Anyway, that's also getting money back. Maybe we can use that towards a fucking gym membership or something with the weather being warmer. This is never gonna look like people. This is too anime. Your eyes don't show this much when you're smiling. We're Asian. They gotta squint, but I don't want to draw them any smaller. My man looks sleepy. Oh well. If it weren't for the fact that the gym that I could go to is like a 30-minute walk, I'd probably be more inclined to like sign up for it quicker. But because it's a 30-minute walk, I'm like, oh god, I feel like most of the time I'm gonna be so damn lazy to walk over in 30 minutes for like a 30-minute walk to a gym to work out and then walk back home for another 30 minutes. Unless you be one of those people like the super of my building who fucking wakes up at 5 a.m. to go fucking exercise, which I'm not fucking gonna do. Got me fucked up if you think I'm waking up at 5 a.m. for that. Technically speaking, well, no, that's not true. I usually wake up at 7. So if I were to like wake up and then go to work out, I'd only be able to work out for like 30 minutes before I have to go back home to work. Like, what a waste of a trip. If only this place had a gym. But then I guess if you had a apartment complex that had a gym, it would always be full because you're like all these people that are trying to use the same machines as you. So that wouldn't work. Silasai. It'd be like those people that just goes around running around on the sidewalks. Not that anyone's gonna fucking pay attention to you, but I feel like if I were to do that, people would be seeing me jog for like maybe 30 seconds before I get winded, and then I just walk the rest of the way. I'm so out of shape. Don't feel intimidated by your features? Oh no, I will. Oh no, I will. I will. Especially since now I can't fit into some of my jeans, my favorite jeans. I will. I can't fit into some of my older favorite jeans, but then the new jeans I bought are fucking too big. I didn't consider that. I had wanted looser jeans because I hated when I hate buying jeans that dug into my my freaking fat ass stomach. So I bought like jeans that were looser. And at the time when I tried them on, I was like, yeah, this fits fine. Like, this fits good. It's nice and loose. But now that the few times that I've worn them, I'm like, this feels a little bit too loose. Because I can literally pull them down without unbuttoning them. And I'm like, these jeans are too big. I'm like, damn it. My jeans are either too big or too small. Why am I built like such a fucking asshole? You meant the eyes? Oh well, it's not like a. The issue isn't the fact that our eyes are fucking squinty as hell. It's the fact that I can't draw. I can't draw them in a way that makes them look like they're actual people without giving away the anime aesthetic. Is what I meant to say. I don't know what I just said. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. Should I go and try to get a gym membership with my tax refund money, or should I go and spend that money on a Switch 2 and get Pokopia? Because people keep talking to me about Pokopia, and I have to constantly tell people like I don't want to see any spoilers at all for the game until I actually get it myself. I had Chris and Ash talking to me about it, and then I had my brother and his wife talking to me about it, and then my old friend shared that apparently her my friend's fiance had posted something on Reddit regarding Pokopia, and it was news. It was like trending news or something related to it. So now he's getting a lot of traction for that, and I'm just like, I'm not trying to see anything Pokopia. Everyone's sharing Pokopia stuff for me, please. I appreciate you for thinking about me, but I'm trying to avoid spoilers. My God. Going from being able to build an underground train station to carrots being spicy. Leave me alone. I don't want to know all this stuff until I play it myself. Ah. Even then, I'm probably, realistically speaking, I don't know about buying the Switch 2. Probably to end up saving that, putting that money into my mortgage. That should be the one thing I focus on, instead of a stupid game console. Maybe I'll be more inclined to buy the Switch 2 the closer when I get to the closer my trip to Japan comes, I guess. Although my brother suggested just getting the Switch 2 when I'm in Japan, but I don't know how that's gonna fare. I don't know how that's gonna pan out. He also did offer to give me his Steam Deck for some reason, because my brother just likes to give away things. Really likes to just give away things for some reason. But I don't know. Wait. Picture. I have to pull up a picture. Wait. What picture did I use for this? That was a group shot. So anyway, hopefully this weekend is gonna be a chill time. I don't know how chill it'll be. I know my grandma on my mom's side, she's been dealing with some leg pains. She's apparently got like some, I don't know, I forget what it's called. I think they're called bony spurs or something like that. So they got these like little things growing on her like legs or feet or whatever it was. I forget what it was. So it makes it very painful for her. And because of her age, she's not really willing, she's not really going to be getting any surgery to deal with it, because she's too old for it. Well, I don't know if it's something that she's like literally they can't do it because she's too old, or it's because she's too old that she doesn't want to put herself through dealing with it. Especially because I think my mom says that even if you remove them, they can grow back or something like that. So it'd be a waste of effort to like go through all the trouble of surgically getting them removed and then they come back after a little bit. So they're probably gonna have to deal with that for a bit. I don't know how they're gonna deal with that. Probably just like medication. I think they said that they're gonna do some like shots with her or something like that. That can maybe help it. I don't know the exact details. My mom and her sister, who both in turn take care of their mom, my grandma, they're kind of figuring it out on their own. It's rough because most of the time she stays at my aunt's place, which is her daughter, her eldest daughter. She stays at their place. It's my grandma and then my aunt, my uncle, and then her son's wife, and then their 2 kids. It was a full house. But my grandma stays in the lower level of the house, and it's a townhouse, so there's a lot of stairs involved with climbing up to like different parts of the house, I mean. And she's having trouble climbing up the stairs, so she's kind of like bunkered down in her room, which is like the basement level. Although it's not really the basement level, because her room goes out to the backyard. But when you're inside the house, you have to go downstairs to get to her room. So there's some weird elevation going on. It's like weirdly elevated. Either way, she basically can't really move around too much. So it's difficult for her. Could be that she's a little too old. Yeah, probably. She's had issues with like her legs for like a while. She just never really ever she was never willing to like go under the knife for it. She was like too afraid of like surgery stuff, which is fair. Like you never know, it could end up going bad and you could end up getting worse, getting worse or something like that. Oh, well, I remember. Sorry, I need to text my friend separately. Like this is unrelated. My friend said that she was getting LASIK surgery today. I just want to make sure I text her before I forget. Okay. She's always kind of just like lived with whatever pain she had in her legs because she's never wanted to go under for it. So now she's like, I think, sorry to say, she's kind of dealing with the consequences now of ignoring it. Man, this drawing makes my brother look way more gentle than he actually is. You be such a dickhead sometimes. They're probably never gonna see this drawing. I'm probably just gonna, it's gonna like hide away in my folder. I'm just using them as content, I guess. Put some mustard stain on his shirt? Nah. Man, when I was contemplating on what to buy for food earlier, I was looking at Shake Shack, which is kind of mostly known for their burgers, like really expensive like burgers and fries and stuff. But I had forgotten that they also have hot dogs, and I was really close to getting hot dogs because it has been years since I've had hot dogs, and I've always say it, but I've never bought like a pack of hot dogs for myself ever in my life. And sometimes I occasionally crave a hot dog. Not like a hot dog in the with the bun and everything, but like a hot dog to like have it with the rice or something like that. It had been a while. It has been a while, but I don't want to go out of my way to buy a pack of hot dogs just to satisfy my craving for one hot dog, because that'd be a waste. I was close to buying it, but then I was like, I don't know. Well, maybe I'll get that another time. I really want to fuck up a hot dog. A place called Shake Shack is known for They also have milkshakes too. They have shakes. I think they're mostly known. I think people usually go there for their burgers, but I think they're also like. They've also got. I think they've also got good shakes. I've never had them myself. I feel like it's hard to have a milkshake if I'm going in there with the burger in mind. Because I can't have a shake and also a burger. That's like a lot of. That's like a lot of stuff. But they do have a nice healthy assortment of like shake options. I know them for their burgers and their delicious cheese fries. They have personally my favorite cheese fries there. Excuse me. The only thing is that it's really expensive. It's not as widely available. There's not that much locations that are easy for me to order from or get to. But it's tasty. I like it a lot. Never tried cheese fries? Some cheese fries are hit and miss. A lot of times if you order cheese fries from like wherever area, most of the time they put like actual like slices of cheese, like mozzarella, cheddar cheese and all that stuff, like slices, and they put it on top of fries and then they bake it, and then you have like these like fries where like if you pull them up, then you pull up like a slab of cheese type of thing. Those type of cheese fries I do not like. I hate those type of cheese fries. The type of cheese fries I prefer are the ones where it's like the liquid cheese, which I guess is not really like cheese, but it's like a cheese concoction of sorts, I guess, in order to make it like liquid. It could also be like fake cheese, I don't know. But Shake Shack has that kind of cheese. Wendy's has that type of cheese, the fast food place. There was this one place in my youth that was a place that was known for selling like pizza and fried chicken and stuff, that had like the perfect cheese fries for me personally. It's a nice hefty box of like fries, nicely crisp fries, and then it's just slathered in like liquid cheese that they like dispense from like one of those like ketchup dispenser type of things where you push down on like a lever and it just pulls over, and I'm like, yummy, yummy. Oh my god, how nostalgic. I think that place is still around, and it's technically closer to me now than it was before, but I don't know if they still have the cheese fries. Maybe when it gets warmer and I go out and like actually like walk around and live my life, I'll stop by there and see what their cheese fries are like, if they still have it. I miss it. Just certain places have done food right in a way that I just like greatly enjoy it. I wonder if blue cheese fries would be good. That sounds kind of gnarly. But the only way I enjoy blue cheese is when it's like a blue cheese like sauce for like buffalo wings or like spicy wings or something like that. That's the only time I enjoy blue cheese. I don't like blue cheese crumbles, which like usually on salads. I don't enjoy blue cheese like on whatever else you would put blue cheese on. It's a bit too funky. Blue cheese fry sounds pretty disgusting though. Now, if you find a place that fucking makes like cheese fries that has Gouda in it, ooh, that'd probably be so tight. Nice crispy fries with the Gouda sauce, Gouda cheese sauce, with some bacon. Ooh, ooh, I can feel myself getting a heart attack right now. A blue cheese dip, maybe. I think like for some people, blue cheese and like ranch are interchangeable, especially when it comes to eating like buffalo wings. People will usually have sometimes have buffalo wings with ranch instead of blue cheese. So maybe you can do it like that. You get like one of those little cups of blue cheese that are usually for wings, and you just start dipping your fries in them. That might be okay. But I don't know for sure. I would never put myself in a position to try that. My eyes are so tired. Ooh, that reminds me though. I mean, the eyes being tired has nothing to do with what I was reminded of, but Crime Scene Cleaner is coming out with a new update. I'd kind of been playing that instead of drawing today, but by the time I contemplated that, I already put out I already put up the waiting room for the stream on YouTube with the art and chat being the thumbnail. So I was like, oh, it's too late for me to change it. So I'm just gonna play Crime Scene Cleaner on my own and enjoy it on my own. Ha 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 ha. I love Crime Scene Cleaner. Man, I'm so tired today. I guess I've decided I've given up caring about this looking good, this hatching. So spotty. I don't care. I don't care. I decided I don't care. La 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 look at me. Look at me. Oh. I was trying to remember the lyrics to the song Reflection by Christina Aguilera, and I've completely forgotten it. Who is that girl I see staring straight back at me? When will my reflection show who I am inside? What is it looking like? Honestly, they just look like... I don't know about the brother part. The fucking sister-in-law is just... I guess probably because of the eyeliner part. It just looks Korean to me. How the hell do you draw Asian people? If only I grew up knowing how to draw realistic people rather than anime girls. The eyebrows. The eyebrows are too arched. She's a much kinder girly. The eyebrows the eyebrows do a lot of the talking. What happens if I squint this down really far? Still an eye. It's also hard because realistically people have like wrinkles that show up when they're like smiling and doing stuff. Like technically she has like these going on when she smiles, but like that just makes her look like... That's just how anime people draw people old. Whatever. He wore black. He wore a black suit to his wedding. It's, I don't know, a wedding, I guess. It's not... I hate calling it a wedding. Because in my head, wedding is like the whole shebang where you invite all the people, you invite everybody, when you invite all the people and you have like food and all that shit. That's like a wedding to me. I wish there was a different name for it. The city hall, marriage ceremony stuff. But yes, he did wear a black suit. I was actually surprised that he wore a black suit. Because I'm pretty sure he usually, when it comes to like occasions, he usually wears like a navy suit. But he has said like he had bought this suit at one point, like on some random day, and he decided he was gonna wear it. And I was like, okay, whatever. I don't think that black is something that you'd only wear for funerals. You can wear black on like weddings and occasions and stuff like that. I think it's just more so that you shouldn't be wearing any other color to a funeral besides black. I don't think black is solely limited for funerals. If I wear a black suit to an interview, are they gonna be like, oh my god, who passed away? Hello, Sally Star. You should look a happy couple, so happy. Thank you! It's supposed to be my brother and my sister-in-law. But on the outside, it's basically just a random anime couple. Thank you. Okay, let me look at my brother and see how I could fuck him up to make him look more not, like, kind? It's so hard because the picture for references I have are all, like, in the sun where there's, like, heavy shadows. So in the picture, his eyes are just pure black with no life in them. Maybe I can make it smaller? I'm sorry I didn't... no, you're good, you're good. You're totally fine. There's nothing wrong with not knowing that they're supposed to be... that they're supposed to be my brother and my sister-in-law. You're good. Squint, motherfucker, squint. The eyes. Well, she technically does have them there. I don't know. It's technically not eyeliner though. It's just like the actual like like the crease in her eyes. Like, what am I supposed to fucking do? How do I show this without making her look? Well, I just erased it. So I guess I'll just do it like that. But she's honestly one of the nicest people I know, in the sense that like she's very much like she's a very gentle soul. She's a very gentle soul who has, admittedly, she has a lot to put up with when it comes to my brother. So you have to be kind of like a very patient, gentle soul to deal with someone like him. Maybe. Whatever. I can fuss with this all I want, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter because they're not gonna see it anyway. Although I wonder how my brother would react if I were to share this. I don't even know if he would know who these are. He'll probably be like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah. I wish I knew how to draw real people. The way you move those eyes reminds me of the time how Graham Grumps Dan hated how Matt and Ryan moved their facial features a little bit for their thumbnails. Oh, like an edit type of thing? I don't really remember. I'm sure you mean like when they sort of like skew people's faces in thumbnails to make it look like not normal. Like a very expressive reactive type. Happy, happy people. They are happy. They just got married yesterday, so I guess they would have to look happy. It'd be really sad if they went and they got married and they weren't happy. That'd be a bummer. Should I make my brother's double chin pronounced? Did I fuck them up by doing that? Should I even draw a double chin? I feel like that'd be mean. He looks a bit too chiseled here. He looks a bit too like. How can I show off a double chin without actually drawing a double chin? Maybe his neck is too long. I'm not asking that seriously, by the way. I'm joshing. I'm joking. I am a joking. It's also like for like some people, whenever I like take pictures in a way that kind of looks like silly, or I put on a stupid face or like that, I usually just like, rather than trying to look pretty, I just try to like look in a way that like would garner like a funny reaction type of thing. And that would like involve like if like wanted to, I would show off like my fat ass double chin or put myself in a silly position. But not everyone sees pictures in that way. They always want pictures of them looking their absolute best, while I'm out here trying to look like an absolute fool. So I don't want to like, I don't want to offend anybody by doing that, or I don't want like people to be like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you making me look so unflattering? Because people actually care how they look, how they're perceived. Whereas like I've kind of settled on just like being kind of like an average looking person, so I'm just gonna, instead of trying to care about how I look, like if I look pretty or not, I'm just gonna look in a way that's gonna make you laugh or something, or look silly. You've got a friend in me. I've played this song so many times on my streams because it's royalty free. Every time I hear this part, I always think about Toy Story. Is your brother Byakuya from Danganronpa? I would hope not, considering that I have called him Byakuya my husbando at one point. He also looks nothing like Byakuya, huh? What, because he has glasses on? What do you mean? Kind of the same length shaded hair. Byakuya does not have hair like this. He has hella anime hair. Huh? What Byakuya are you thinking of? I imagine that, like, the closest Danganronpa hairstyle to my brothers would be that of like a mix of like Gundam and Teru, if only because they have their sides shaved. Although I think Teru has some weird like skin colored braid in his on the side of his hair, but it's supposed to be shaved on the side. I think Gundam has the side of his hair shaved, side of his head shaved. I don't know if I forget. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've delved into staring at Danganronpa stuff. I'm not doing a good job. I feel like the more I mess with it, the more it's just looking. I mean, it never looked like them. It never looked like them to begin with, but it's just looking less and less like them. I would need like an outsider's perspective, but that would mean showing it to people, and I'm not showing this to anybody. He's got a little bit slightly rounded cheeks, I guess, depending on what angle you look at him in. Maybe that'll help so it doesn't look so chiseled. That helps a little bit. That helped a little bit. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something just now. What does it look like flipped? Should I flip it? The presently brother looks. Well, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that because I don't feel like fixing that. I say I don't feel like fixing it as I go and fix it. Oh my god, it's almost 7. Oh my god, I did not expect to be streaming. I didn't realize. Almost 2 hours? I didn't expect to be streaming this long. Anyway, I don't know what my schedule's gonna be like this weekend. I don't know if I'm gonna have an opportunity to stream again. If I don't, then I don't. If I do, then I do. It's one of those type of things. Excuse me. Show it, dang it. I don't even know what that's referring to. Blue Sky came to mind. I like your green clothed character this week. Green border. Oh. Thanks! I feel that I've recently have just been like, once I like really focus on one piece of art, especially if it's colored, I find that I end up hating it really, like, end up hating it a lot. So I'm just like, I gotta, like, I don't think it looks that bad, but I really hate it, so I'm just gonna post it and just kind of like remove it from my mind so I can move on to something else. That sort of has been the repeated pattern of like these colored arts that I do. Oh, alright. That's it for now. Oh, okay. Let's crop, or let's adjust real quick. So I'll have to think. I'll have to sit and think about if I want to share this with them. I don't know. Oh, let me not save over. Wait, should I save over this? Oh yeah, I could probably save over it. This was originally a thumbnail. Nah, whatever. I'll save over it. Anyway. I like it, thanks. It's kind of like, you kind of look at it and it kind of vaguely looks like real people. Like, vaguely. But in the context of it supposed to being my brother and my sister-in-law, it just doesn't quite look like them. But they kind of look like they can almost be like based on real people. Was the pose inspired by something? Not really. They themselves aren't even posed like this in the picture that I was using as a reference. I just put them like that. But I mean, there's something special about it. Where's my fucking slipper? Where'd my slipper go? Oh, how do you do this? Okay. Anyway, that's enough. That's enough of that. Good stream. Nice stream. Almost 2 hours. Wow. My longest stream ever. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe I'll continue tinkering with this some more. And then maybe I'll think about if I want to share it with them. I probably still won't, but we'll see. But yeah, that's it. If you care to watch it, watch the repo video on the YouTubes. It was kind of a hassle to edit, honestly, but it was also fun to edit. Is that we had a good time during that collab. It was a really nice collab. I will stream again when I feel like streaming again. For now, take care of yourselves. Happy birthday again, Urban. Hope you have a good day, a better day on the actual day of birth. Treat yourself to some cake or whatever it is you plan to do. Stay warm and or cool depending on the weather. I don't know what it'll be. Drink water. Your old body will need it. And that's it. Okay, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life or whatever. I will stream again when I'm able to stream again. Probably be a game one next time, maybe, hopefully. Anyway, I don't know. All right, goodbye.